Hello and welcome to the next session on engineering graphics. In this session we are going to study the dimensioning methods. First of all, I would like you to go to the description below to see all related videos. Before we go for the dimensioning methods, let me make you aware of the terminology which we use in the dimensioning. In last unit we studied different types of lines. So through these two views I am going to make you aware of the different types of lines. Now these are the two views of a particular object. Which you will later on understand during the topic of orthographic projections. This is front view of the object and this is top view of the object. As we see here, the object is something like this. It has got a projected part or the semicircular part. Then there is a base part which is a base plate, and it has got one hole here. So this is top view in which the hole is seen circular. In front view, the hole is not seen, that's why it is shown by dotted line. So probably you might have understood the meaning of invisible lines or invisible edges. As this hole has these two edges at these locations, these two edges will not be visible and hence they are shown by dotted line. Then similarly, this circular hole is there where it is not visible in top view, and that's why as we see here, these are the dotted lines shown for the hole. Now in last unit, in last session, I told you about the drawing of dotted lines. Now dotted line should always touch the boundary from where it starts. Like I have shown here from where it has started, so it must touch it, and then in between we have to show the number of equispaced dashes. This is the way we have to draw dotted line. Now as far as thick line is concerned, thick line represents outline of the object. So as we see here, this is outline of the object, even this is also outline of the object, so it is represented by thick line. Then coming to the thin line, as we see here, thin line is used to represent dimension line. So this line where we show the length of this part with the help of this dimension number, this line is called as thin line, and in this case it is specifically called as dimension line because this thin line is used to represent dimension of this particular part. Now here we see these two lines, this line which starts some distance after this particular object, so after this, so these two lines are called as extension lines. So as we see here, these two lines in between which we show this dimension, that line is called as extension line. Now coming to the center line, we see here this particular line is called as center line, which represents center of this symmetrical object. So as we see, this circular hole or this circle is symmetric about its both the axes. Represent the center of this circle by using this center line. Even these are also centers of these circular holes, so here also we show this center line. Then coming to the thick line, I have already told. Leader line. Now leader line, as we see here, this is the leader line which I have started from here to show the dimension of this circle. Let us say I have to draw this leader line always at 45 degree with the base line or reference line, and then here I have to write the dimension, like in this case dimension of this hole is say 20 millimeters. So this is the way we issue dimension. Through these two views, I have made you aware of the different types of lines and when to use a particular line. Now coming to the dimensioning. First of all, why we do dimensioning? An engineering drawing must be properly dimensioned so that the designer can convey his or her ideas to the end user. If you provide information needed on the drawing in the form of size, then shape, location, etc., then the end user come to know about the all the features of that particular object. So a well dimensioned object or a well dimensioned view always gives proper idea to the end user. The first method is called as aligned method. This is the aligned method. Now what is the speciality of aligned method? In aligned method we write dimension above the line and aligned with the particular dimension line. So as we see here, these are our horizontal dimension lines in this case. So every dimension is placed aligned with the line. So we see here this length is 10 millimeter, this is 20, then this is 30, and so on. So all the dimensions are aligned with the dimension line. Now if you talk about this vertical dimension, if you see this vertical dimension, in this case this particular dimension number is aligned with the line. So I hope you understand the meaning of aligned. Let us say if there is something like inclined, say there is an object which has got such inclined part. To show this dimension by aligned method, we have to first draw extension lines like this, some distance, and then aligned with this particular line we have to draw this dimension line, Remember, all these lines which I am drawing are all thin lines. These are the arrowheads. Now regarding arrowheads, arrowheads always has a proportion of 3:1. What is meaning of this? So if I take this as arrowhead, I am just showing it somewhat enlarged. So in this case, if this is an arrowhead, this particular distance is 1 millimeter, while this length is 3 millimeters. So this is the way we have to draw arrowheads in the proportion 3:1. And in case of aligned method, we have to show that dimension aligned with the line, something like this. So if I write it like this, then that is called as aligned method. The second method is called as unidirectional method. So we can see the difference. In case of unidirectional method, all the dimension numbers, if we observe here, all the dimension numbers are in one direction. While in this case, if we see this vertical dimension, it is not in one direction, it is aligned with the line. So uni means one and directional means in one direction. So all the dimensions are shown in one direction only, then that is called as unidirectional method. And in a particular drawing, we should always follow a particular method, only one method of dimensioning. So the speciality of unidirectional method is that in this case we break up the dimension line. As we see here, this dimension line is broken and in between we write that dimension number. So this is the way we use this unidirectional method. Now if you want to dimension this same part using unidirectional method, then it would be dimensioned something like this. So if we go by unidirectional method, then we have to break the dimension line and then we have to write dimension number something like this. It is not aligned with the line, now it is in same direction, unidirection. So this is the difference between aligned method and unidirectional method. In next session, we'll go into more details of dimensioning methods and the rules which we generally use for dimensioning. Thank you very much for your patient viewing.